You can like Daniel Greene, you can dislike Daniel Greene, but definitely don't trust him about Tolkien. And even for Daniel Greene, this is pretty insane nonsense. So apparently, one of the people at the Embracer Group, who now technically owns at least a huge part of Lord of the Rings, was caught basically saying the obvious that they're going to exploit Lord of the Rings. Seems pretty obvious that's what a corporation is going to do with Lord of the Rings. And Daniel, who by the way, on the record, hates Rings of Power and is very critical of not doing Tolkien correctly. I'm not joking. He literally just stepped in front of the train and said, guys, don't worry. This is okay.
Me misunderstood. The first is the usage of the word exploiting. I have seen a lot of people fixate on. I actually personally don't mean to be offensive in any way, shape, or form to Swedish people. Think this might be a case of ESL, causing someone to put their foot in their mouth. At least in my experience, the term exploiting comes with a lot of negative connotation, and I don't think that's how this was actually meant by this CEO. The man is from Sweden. He's living in Sweden. I know they're very fluent in Swedish over there.
So this is okay because, language. This is Sweden. This is the Swedish people. They're not like us, okay? When they say exploit, they don't mean exploit. They mean something else. Now, Rings of Power, that's horrible. Why horrible? Because I said so. Okay, that's an evil corporation, Amazon. This is a good evil corporation. I'm Daniel Greene. I love Tolkien. But it got really insane because his actual reason for being open-minded was, well, let's think about the video games.
The Lord of the Rings. Personally, I, of course, don't want to see Lord of the Rings milked to just a gargantuan extent, but I'm not necessarily against more Lord of the Rings video games. I don't want more Gollum games, but something more in the line of Shadow of Mordor minus all those annoying purchases you had to make. Sure, I'm absolutely okay with that. And notably, this is not the same company responsible for the Gollum game. I see some people taking this as severely negative, and maybe they're going to turn out to be absolutely right. An Embracer Group could fumble the ball. But for me personally,
we can trust the evil, greedy corporation because the Gollum game, that Gollum game, it's just horrible. It's a horrible game. Right. It's also clearly not
I'm more
part
in
of the
the
Tolkien canon.
wait
That's
and
not
see
his
camp.
concern.
Thank you
His
so
concern
much,
is not
everyone.
Tolkien.
Like and
It's like,
subscribe if you have
they
not
made me a
already.
horrible
Hit the
video game.
Patreon if you want to
I'm very
support what
angry
I do
that the
here.
Embracer
Have a good
people,
one, y'all.
they might make me good video games. This is what Tolkien wanted. This is what JR wanted. He didn't want Amazon Rings of Power. He wanted me to have really good video games. That's what he wanted. I'm Daniel Greene. You're saying I sold out. How? When? Why? I don't know, man. This is pretty insane that he's, quote, critical of Rings of Power and Amazon because, evil, greedy corporation. But Embracer Group, listen, Swedish people, Swedish women, Swedish language. Let's be open-minded. I could get good video games. That's the important thing. This is what J.R.R. Tolkien would have wanted. I'm Daniel Greene. Right. You're Daniel Greene. You're more green than we ever expected.